Good morning, welcome to a morning outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday, 21st of June. So, what we've got in store today? Well, we got some news coming out today. We'll kick into that first. Let's just look at what we've got coming out. We've got the French, German, European as a whole, UK and US dollar flash manufacturing and services data. So there we go. That's what we got. So we've got it running through the day, but the key sort of leave the euro around alone till after about 8:30 because we got the French and German data. Yep, okay. The 9 o'clock data doesn't really move the market so much. Then at 9:30 we got some pound data there, and then on this afternoon 2:45 we got the US data. So that's what to watch for. This morning we've already had the UK retail sales. It looks like we're spending. Don't know what we're spending it on, but we're spending is the key thing there. Not a great deal other news out there. So let's look at the technicals. Euro dollar. Yesterday ended up on closing right near its lows, which normally is a suggestion of continuation, but not a guarantee. I'm looking at what's actually happening here, and I quite like this price action that's here. The only problem is because I don't want to trade it until after 8:30 because of the news coming out. It could flick it either way. It looks nice. It's a nice little sort of bearish flag sort of sitting into its daily pivot. It would be quite nice for a run down to the S1, but got to have patience, and it might just mess it completely up. So it'll be something I'll review. The pound this morning, a bit of a weird one this morning. It is up fractionally, it suggests here, but the fractional up movement, the news really didn't go down that well in terms of it popped and dropped literally. Came short of the pivot there, unfortunately. It would have been much nicer if it had gone into the pivot, but it sort of popped and dropped, and it's just sort of sitting there at the moment. Again though, it's 9:30, maybe we could get something in there, but I don't know, chasing, and it might just follow any sort of action at the euro. If the euro sells strongly, might see the pound going with it, and it looks okay. Look, that would work quite nicely, but we could get vice versa. So it's a bit of a patience game, but at the moment I like the idea, and I'll be looking at really for the short side on this market, as well as so that's the euro and the pound. Really at this stage, looking for short sides. Post news, the dollar yen. Well, just reading 6 days up. Well, yep, 6 days up. Well, for the dollar that is. The yen has fallen 6 days. The comments on my news service there is the same as my thoughts in terms of, well, surely at some stage they're going to intervene, and it's more likely the more it goes up until sort of this 159 area. Probably now it's sitting right bang on it. We almost expect something, but nothing's happening, which is almost worse because you think, well, okay, they're not going to do anything, you then go and trade it, and of course what happens, they'll do something. But for now it's still weakening against the dollar strengthening against the yen, I should say. Anyway, Aussie dollar, and it's the same story all over the yen. It's in fact just weakening against everything. Aussie dollar, horrible chops really on the daily still here, and not giving too much away in the clues. It's sort of I mean, yesterday's price action sums it up, and I was looking there across a lot of these markets yesterday, and they just literally sat for a long period. In fact, from about 9 o'clock onwards, a lot of them just did nothing through to about 4 o'clock there. We suddenly got a little bit of action. Anyway, I don't have anything on the Aussie at the moment. It looks a little bit weak. It's put a pivot swing in there, potential, I suppose. One that seems to be strengthening is the Canadian dollar. I'm puzzled why, but why should I ask questions if it's just continuing to trend down at the moment? The US dollar weakening against the CAD. The CAD seems to be picking up here for sure. Lower highs, lower lows. If you look at it across, if you look at the CAD against like one of my favorite currency pairs is the Euro CAD. And look at what it did yesterday. I mentioned it yesterday in dispatches. It started breaking down, but wow, it just carried on in the end. It's maybe starting to trend again. It's just wishful thinking maybe on the EuroCAD. I mean, it sat there for most of the week doing nothing, and then it's yesterday mainly off it's gone, but moving again. But it can be a bit of a pain because once it's in the trend, that's lovely, and it stays in the trend. We've got some opportunities. It's when it's suddenly halts and get into this sort of phase. But the CAD's trending across, as I say, across everything at the moment. Anyway, moving on with the major pairs. New Zealand dollar, really another one that's if you look at it on the hourlies here yesterday, just drifted off a little bit, non-tradable to me. And the best thing is when they're like this and we're in these sort of summary markets that are doing this, is just leave it. You probably just saving yourself some money. Dollar Swissy, I quite fancy the dollar Swissy on the long side. I was looking yesterday for retracements, and after the news came out, they never really happened. Could go looking for it this morning and see what's happening, but may as well wait for the weekend to be out the way. I think I'm not really keen on holding something like this over the weekend. So I would look to trade that maybe Monday now, but ideally on the bigger time frame here, I'm looking at the dailies and 4 hourlies, just really waiting for it. Well, the weekly pivot will be gone. It'll be down here somewhere, the new weekly pivot. So maybe a retrace to the next week's pivot would be something there on the Swissy. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm expecting it to turn round, by the way. Sorry, here I'm expecting the Swissy to weaken further from a fundamental point of view as much as anything else. Okay, that's pretty much it for now. The usual old suspects that traders really like to trade. The Euro Yen's continue to push up to the upside. This is one that often from a retail side gets sold the most. And we see big money coming in to sell it, trying to sell it. And please stay clear. Anyway, I'll leave you there on that one. Let's just switch markets and have a quick look at the indices. Firstly, gold. What was going on with gold? Gold did pick up yesterday in the end, a bit better. It started all right in the morning actually, and then it divered for a while. Where was it? There it was. It divered, came back off, well, pushed up nicely in the afternoon. Maybe we'll see some more of the same there, but certainly looked a little bit better yesterday, and perhaps with this indecision in the markets we could see some more. Oil still pushing through then as well. It's not the cleanest of markets, but it's still pushing up, still towards that sort of 1-2 o'clock. We've got this sort of the bigger moves, but not particularly far, and it had already gone so far yesterday. I'd watch this again this morning, just to say this morning through to the afternoon, and see if it's finds some support somewhere here, giving me an opportunity to look on the buy side. Right, S&Ps. Hey, do I spot a bit of a downside yesterday? That's a horrible candle, isn't it? It's a bearish engulfing key reversal bar, but not one to just sell because you've seen one single bar. But it does look quite ugly there, but it's a retracement. It may give opportunities to buy. We'll see what happens as the day moves on, but we've had such a long run of upside. Perhaps today is the day when it comes off a little bit. I mean, at the moment on the short term here, if I was just looking at this chart and nothing else, it's just sort of looking at sort of bearish flag price action at the moment, but that could all be spoilt later. I'm certainly not in a place where I want to start shorting this market in real terms, but a bit more of a retrace would be nice. Nasdaq, similar pattern. It's the techs that led things down yesterday. Ironically, the Dow Jones going the other way, pushing to the upside there yesterday. The DAX, weird old price action we're seeing in the DAX. Once again, we're seeing these huge spikes in the evenings there. I don't know if this is just adjustments or what it is, but the FTSE's also done it now on Pepperstone price action. Huge spikes. Be wary of that. I'll have to read more into that and see what's going on. Same on CMC. Okay, thanks Ian. Don't know what's going on there. Whether these markets are following the quarterly futures or some other future pricing. What day is it? It's the third Friday of the month. I don't know what's causing that. Anyway, looks ugly right the way through there. Strong old sell-offs there. See clear for those. Finally, sorry, as it is Friday, and I occasionally look at this on a Friday because I know traders will be trading it through the weekend. Bitcoin, and well, it's continued to really do not a lot of anything. It's been drifting off southbound a little bit here, not really showing any great moves. One thing you'll notice is that the size of these bars in this current price action compared to previously here, where you had the reasonable volatility kicking in, probably day traders having a better chance of things. Here, look at these tiny little bars. Excuse me, very small ranges. Anyway, that just looks a bit on the bearish side at the moment from where it's sitting. I shall leave it there. I wish you a great day's trading, and I'll catch you next week. Take care. Bye for now.